Alright, so it's my turn to pick again. There were a lot of picks made in rapid succession, and I did not get a chance to stop halfway through, so I'm just going to evaluate everybody's now. Phyrexian Metamorph seems like a good pick. I actually forgot that card existed, and it's probably a pretty high pick just because it's like these artifacts that can go in any deck. We finally got around to picking the red cards here, which I kind of thought this was coming the whole time. So Goblin Guide and Swift Spear, so he's going to settle in and draft mono red, I'm sure. Probably can splash Boros Charm or Atarka's Command or whatever else. Over here we got Sun Titan Kitchen Finks, so it's kind of the mid-range green decks here. Interesting how they're still fighting over stuff. They both took. You kind of want both of these 3-drops in your deck. I think somebody's going to have to branch out. I wouldn't be surprised if this deck branches out into blue, just because he's got the Hierarch and the Metamorph already. Over here is some interesting picks. So it looked like he was maybe moving away from black, but then he takes the Damnation away from the mono black player. And then Inkmoth Nexus taken away from the person who already has Primeval Titan Kessig Wolfrons. Those are some pretty spiteful picks. But maybe he's drafting the blue-black Tezzeret deck that I was talking about much earlier, back in rounds 1 and 2. I guess up until I made the Thunder Mob pick. And then over here, we just got the mono black. And we got Pack Rat. And this is going to be an interesting deck, Sword of Body and Mind. It's a pretty strong card I had rated pretty highly. 21. Definitely the top sword, just because milling 10 is such a huge effect. So it comes back to me. As we go back over here and talked about last time. So we're looking at Karn. We're looking at... I took Koth. We can yellow him. Just got Karn. Want these discard spells. Lightning and Rakdos' return. I still want this Shriekmaw, which did make it back around. So probably have to take the Shriekmaw in the next 2 picks. I think what I need to do here is pretty clear. So I think I have to take Karn because I'm pretty sure the ramp deck's going to want Karn. I'll have to settle for Dragon Lord Atarka probably. And I actually don't know what he's going to do without the Inkmoth. This Wolfred plan gets worse. Maybe he's going to draft Valakut, although the Stomping Ground's gone too. Maybe he'll draft Tooth and Nail or Through the Breach or something. He's have to... This has kind of been a tough route for him as he's missed out on a couple of things he really wants. At least after I take Karn right now, because I just don't see Karn making it 2 more picks. And I don't know exactly what's going on over here, but from what we've seen so far, it seems like Shriekmaw doesn't really fit in this theme. It's a good enough card to play, but I think the Shriekmaw is more likely to wheel to here than the Karn. So I'm going to take the Karn. Karen. There's no one named Karen. Karen Liberated. No. I'm going to take the Karn Father and hope to get the Shriekmaw back, and then in my next 2 picks I will firmly take 1 or 2 black-red cards, and then get a few of these lands, and some of these other sweet creatures. And yeah, I'll be back with my round 7 pick. It's my pick now for round 7. So we've had here some pretty expected picks, I would say. The ramp deck's taken Avenger and Huntmaster, and then we got Creeping Tar Pit and Remand, so settling in the Esper and the Seed, and then sticking with the red-green ramp, even though he's lost the Inkmoth Nexus, which means that he's going to have to settle into more of a generic ramp deck instead of probably a Wolf Run combo sort of style. Looking back, I'm pretty sure that this Tribe Elder pick was wrong, and maybe the Wolf Run was too. But so Tribe Elder I think is the best 2-drop ramp spell, but I was just looking through card rankings and stuff. There's just so many. There's Rampant Growth and Fertile Ground and Farseek and Kodama's Reach, Cultivate. There's all these ramp spells. There's not as many payoff cards. So Inkmoth Nexus was one of the more irreplaceable cards, and even Wolf Run is too, but I think is even less likely that someone took Wolf Run than they would take Inkmoth. So and just be something trying to learn from everyone else's seats too, even though this isn't going to affect me too much. Anyway, so it's my turn, and let's hear about it. A couple cards that I've thought of. Particularly, I was thinking like, which of these sweepers do I want to draft? And then I was like, wait a minute, Blasphemous Act, Boros Reckoner. Yeah, so we're gonna take this at some point. This will at least, I think, be the first sweeper that I do take, but I do want to get one or two of these cheaper ones later also. I'm not going to take this yet. So I've been talking a lot about Shriekmaw. I think this is the time to take it. It's pretty clearly also... what's my lab data? Pretty clearly that I got this card way up on my rankings. I've gotten 1, 6, 13, and 14. So it's pretty good. Someone needs to draft Baneslayer Angel and Acidic Slime, really. Like those two cards, I think, are the standout, like, along with Shriekmaw, the best available right now. So I'm pretty happy taking this here. When it comes back to my turn, we're definitely going to look at some of the black-red spells, the discard spells, and then the removals. So I'm probably just going to take, like, 2 of those 4 cards going forward. But we definitely want... These 2 effects are pretty unique. They're not super replaceable. And then need to get some of this removal, because I still haven't taken any removal yet. So I will have taken basically 7 threat cards. So I like threats. I like being proactive, but we are going to need to kill some of the opponent's things and also take some ramp soon. Or not really soon, but at some point. And get the Rakdos Signet and some of that stuff. But so Shriekmaw for now. And I'll be back at my next pick, or sometime in the middle or sometime near the end of round 7. We're a little over halfway to my next pick, so I thought I'd go over what's been picked since I took the Shriekmaw. Really nothing too crazy. The Temple Garden finally got drafted, which was pretty expected since there's still 2 green-white decks. Grim Lavamancer, so mono red decks taking all the 1-drops. I do sort of need to keep an eye on this because there are some 2-drops here that I want to pick up, and I imagine particularly like Ash Zealot and Kargan Dragonlord are probably cards on his radar, so I don't want to wait forever to take those. It's good to know. That's like Stigma Lasher is kind of a unique ability too. Like opponents can't gain life. The rest of the game, like that's definitely something I want to get in there. Against some of these white decks, especially, although no one's really drafted a ton of crazy life gain stuff yet. But I definitely don't want to just like lose to a Baneslayer Angel, which, by the way, like somebody should still take that. The card's really good. It's definitely my highest ranked, best available card right now. Oblivion Ring is probably fine over here in the other green-white deck. I think I might have taken like Selesnya Charm first, but it's fine. Like you're gonna take Oblivion Ring at some point. Over here we've got Go for the Throat, which I guess I need to remove from my list of cards here. I might have taken it at some point, but not having it is totally fine. And Spellskite's gone. I thought about that a while ago, but I don't think I need it now. Also, like, no one's drafting Splendor Twin. So, and then the mono black deck is doing mono black things. We've got a Necrotal and a Profane Command. So, yeah, I think I need to keep my eye on, like, when... I'll talk about this before my next pick more, but just, like, when I take some of these cards. Like, there's cards that I really need in my deck, like Rakdos' Return, Falconwrath Aristocrat, but that, like, probably aren't going to be drafted. So I need to find the right balance, and Blasphemous Act too. So I need to find, like, in these 2. But I don't think any of those are high priorities for anyone else. So Sire of Insanity is a good one too. Yeah, man, there's a lot of good cards out there. But some of these 2-drops actually might be more important for me to pick up. A couple, again, like Stigma Lasher is not that great, but it's kind of irreplaceable in the matchups where you want it. Kargan Dragon Lord seems good, but I still I want this Flame Javelin and this Lightning, so we have to figure some of this stuff out. When my turn comes around. Coming back the other way. I don't know. Green-white decks are going to take green-white cards. I think this deck really needs to move into blue. Blue. Alright, forgot to update this. There's 4 people in black now, since I took a black card. So blue is now definitely the most underdrafted color, and there's no one in mono blue. So, and really there's only been 2 blue cards taken here. So I would have moved into blue if it was. I just don't like blue-red with moving into blue with Thunder Mahalkite and Boros Reckoner is just I don't know, what are we doing? I don't know what tangible advantage I'd be gaining, so black just seemed better, and I still don't think I'm competing with the other black players for the black cards that I'm after for the most part. But yeah, anyway, so this deck I think should move into blue. One of these guys should take a Baneslayer Angel soon. Someone take Baneslayer Angel. I don't know. Mono Red's can take next. Lava Spike. There's a lot of things out there, but he's kind of playing solitaire. I'm the only person he has to interact with at all, so like I said, I maybe should just start taking 2 drops soon-ish, I guess. I'm not sure about this Stigma Lasher. I may just not need it, but it's a sweet effect, though. But it's also bad top deck. Kargan Dragonlord is good in my deck because it's a good top deck. It's fine on turn 2, but it also, if you top deck it on turn 8, you just, have a 4/4 flyer, and that's not bad. So, we'll examine that more when my pick comes around. It's my turn to pick now. See the pick since last time. We've got a couple of lands. Stirring Wildwood and the other green-white deck, the more aggressive one, which makes sense. Wooded Foothills kind of goes with the Grim Lavamancer. We have very good mana in this currently mono red deck. It probably won't be for the whole draft. And then Thrun, the Last Troll, is another green beatdown card, so it's nothing too surprising. It's my turn, and I need to figure out what to take. I'm looking at this. So, there's a lot of cards that I want, obviously. I'm interested in picking up some of these black cards. So the trick is if no one else is in black-red, I can wait on them. But some of these things I really want, so it's kind of hard to find the right balance, I guess. I could just take Blood Crypt now. This one, I think, matters a lot more than... I want to get... I don't really want Sulphurous Springs if I can avoid it, but I really want, all of these, or most of them. I may actually not really want Bloodstained Mire. So, just fetches Blood Crypt. I definitely would rather have Dragon Skull Summit and Graven Cairns. I'm pretty sure about that. Maybe even Lava Claw Racer should be above Bloodstained Mire. I don't know if I want 2 lands coming to play tap. I definitely want some black sources. But Blood Crypt's particularly important because it's a mountain for Koth. So that's sort of a big deal. And I really don't want to have to play a swamp when I'm playing Boros Reckoner, possibly Flame Javelin, Kargan Dragonlord, some of these heavy red cards. I definitely don't want a basic swamp if I can avoid it. So I have to figure that out. So the Blood Crypt is definitely the most important land. But it's tricky because I don't see anyone else getting into this stuff. So theoretically I can wait on it. But it's kind of nerve-wracking waiting on it, because what if somebody does jump into it and then I lose a couple of cards I really need. So I can definitely see going in that sort of direction. I also should look at what does the burn deck want still that I actually want. And maybe Burst Lightning, although they're not getting to 5 mana that often. So they probably have Rift Bolt and Lava Spike and some of the other 1 mana spells higher up on their list. And they might want Flame Javelin. And then you might want any of these 2s. Well, not the Soulbright. Flamekin, probably. That's kind of a janky card. I don't know if I'm even going to draft that. But They probably want Figure of Destiny pretty high, but I don't think I want Figure of Destiny. Not sure. I could be wrong. Like, this card is really good. But, like, I kind of don't have the later turns to sink all this mana into it. So I think I'm not going to value this one too highly. This is a tough pick, I feel like. Or, like, where to go from here is tricky. I don't think the mono red deck wants the Bonfire, or really any of the X spells, or this thing. It's possible the red-green ramp deck will take Stormbreath Dragon, but I could live without it. I don't think they're going to take Blasphemous Act, just because they don't have that many creatures. Maybe Thunderbreak Regent? That's something I could see them taking. Or like one of these two guys. Maybe Steel Hellkite, but I don't know if I really need that. Anyway, I don't think I want to take a 6-drop right now. I'm actually going to think about this a little more. I'll be right back. So now that I've thought about it off camera for a couple minutes, I'm pretty sure I want to take a removal spell. And so I was going to take Terminate, and I realized, like, probably don't need to take Terminate. I think I actually might want to take Mizium Mortars, because that could go... I could see the ramp deck taking that, and I could even see the burn deck taking it, although I don't think it's a great choice for them. This is kind of a safe card, because it can be one of my sweepers, although not, like, against aggro, necessarily. But, like, it can be a sweeper. Can be a cheap removal spell. So it's kind of a flexible pick, so I could see other people wanting it. I think on my wheel pick, I'm either going to take one of the flyers that I want, or actually want Flamewake Phoenix more than Chandra's Phoenix. Flamewake Phoenix goes well with Thunderbreak and the Ash Cloud Phoenix. So if I could get enough 4-power creatures. So right now I've got Batterskull, Thundermaw, Hellkite, Wormcoil Engine. It's not enough, probably. If I get all 3 of these, and then maybe like 1 or 2 others, if I have like 7 or 8 ways to trigger Flamewake Phoenix, that's probably good enough to be in my deck. So I think... Whoops. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait a little longer on really committing to the black cards, since it doesn't seem like anyone's pushing into that. Like, I don't think I need to take the land right now. I guess I'll see after these 2 guys make their picks. At the same time, though, this deck could jump into black if it really wanted to. Can't make up my mind. Blood Crypt, Mizium Mortars. Because the ramp deck could go into like Blood Crypt Rakdos' return. Like, that's definitely something they could do. I don't think that's what he's going to do, but he certainly could. Maybe that's more likely than anything else. So he could take the Mizium Mortars, he could take one of these dragons. He could jump into this. I think I'd just take the land here. I've also been talking about like what's replaceable. Like, this card's pretty replaceable. I'm not really... Like, both modes are not that critical. Like, I can... The 1 in a red, deal 4 damage to a creature. Like, I will get these cards later. Like, so that can be replaced. And then I have all these other sweepers I can take. So I don't think I need to take this right now. I think that's a trap. Akbar says it's a trap. So I think I'm just going to take Blood Crypt and Rakdos' Return as my next 2 picks. And then I think once I've actually like planted my flag in black-red, that people leave me alone. Like, no one is going to have the option to go into it at that point. It's like, I think I can take these 2 cards and then start taking these cards again, because like I think I'll pretty much be safe. Like, I don't think someone's going to take a different land and start moving into black-red, so I think that's what I should do right now. So I just take... Do I take the Blood Crypt or the Return? think I just take the return, because that can be splashed by the... Like, the Primeval Titan deck doesn't need the Blood Crypt to cast this. So I think I'm going to take Rakdos' return. Okay, that was a very long pick. Sorry about that. I didn't really know what I was doing there. But hopefully we were able to talk through it. And I said I'll probably take Blood Crypt next, and just like, I just think I need to cement that I'm in this color combination. And again, the Blood Crypt's important for Koth, so I think once I just take that one land, I'll be set. Alright, it's my turn again. I'm not gonna take a ton of time on this one since I waffled a lot on the last one, but I'm pretty sure I'm taking Blood Crypt here. I was happy that after my pick, a red-green deck took a triple green spell, which makes me feel a bit safer that they're not going into black. Inquisition and Dismember are two cards I could have taken. I just don't think Inquisition is high enough impact. I almost wonder if Appetite for Brains is better in this format, because it's probably going to be a pretty slow format for the most part. Dismember is fine, but I don't know, there's other removal out there. It still doesn't kill everything. It's certainly a good card. I think I might have had it on my list. I could have seen taking it, but it wasn't a super high priority. And then Pyroclasm's worth noting. It is one of the cards on my list. The ramp deck is going to be after early sweepers. The standard version played 4 Slag Storms. So, no Pyroclasm. I'm going to take Blood Crypt. Oh, wrong color. And pretty straightforward pick this time. I feel like now I'll be cemented in red-black, and I'm probably going to go back to taking red cards. I'm going to look at some of these flyers. Flamewake Phoenix, Thunderbreak, Regent, Ravel Master or something. I just realized it probably should be on my list. I think I'm going to end up not valuing it highly enough to get it. But it could be. I mean, it at least is like a card that generates value, so probably worth being aware of. See how many 4-power creatures I get for, but I think a Flaming Phoenix could be pretty good in this deck. At some point I need to get a Wrath or Sweeper, but again, it's like Blasphemous Axe should be fine. Get a couple of these 2-drops. I think I'm going to take the Flame Javelin pretty soon. Yeah. But for now it'll be Blood Crypt, and I'll be back with probably a mid-round update before my next pick. We've just finished round 9 now, and had the first pick of round 10. So I'm just going to go through what everyone else is up to. Really nothing too shocking happened here. So, green-white decks took green-white cards. Voice of Resurgence and Knight of the Reliquary. The red deck took Goblin Rabble Master, which does knock a card off of my list. I did mention before my last pick that I did not think I valued this card highly enough to get it. I'm not super upset that it's gone. I didn't think it would be gone quite this soon, but I figured it. I still wouldn't have taken this for a good, 5 or 10 rounds. And I was pretty sure that one of the other red decks would take it before then. We got Duress over here. This deck's just looking like all the annoying cards to play against all at the same time. Main deck Duress is probably going to be reasonably good against me if he does that, but I'm hopefully going to have a lot of creature threats too, so hopefully we can line up the answers. Well, and this deck's just committed. He's obviously a mono black. He's taken 4 straight double black cards, so I don't think he's going to be splashing anything. Probably just going to be mono black. And a few rounds from now, we're going to have to start thinking about matchups and sideboard cards and stuff, but for now, I just need to take things to fill out my deck. One card I think I should take a lot sooner than I was thinking previously was Mind Stone. So, Mind Stone's actually a pretty irreplaceable effect. I can't think of any other mana rocks that I want to play that actually cycle. So I think I may actually take this with my next pick, because anybody could have this. I think this is good in the ramp deck. I think this is even good in the mono black deck, or it's good in it's good in any of the like low color commitment, like 1 to 1.5 colors. I would say mine's like 1.5 colors. It's probably good in this deck. Might even get in this aside from not casting Cryptic Command. Well, it's obviously not good in mono red. I think this could go in this deck, my deck, or either of these two. So I may just take that with my next pick. We'll see if anything interesting happens before my next pick rolls around. So I may take Mind Stone and then maybe Burst Lightning, or Flame Javelin. Probably one of the burn spells or Mizium Mortars. I can see taking any of those actually. So one of these burn spells and the Mind Stone, because I do need to draft some removal. I've sort of like drafted a little bit of pseudo removal. I've got the Shriek Maw, I got the discard spell, and the Karn. Forest Reckoner can sometimes remove things, but not really on demand. Also probably going to take the Flamewake Phoenix soon. So definitely got some options, and we'll see what's around when my pick shows up. I'm up again here in round 10. Pick since my last update. I've had a couple of Planeswalkers, particularly this Jace was something that was not on my radar, but it's apparently very good in 40 card 40 card decks. Just activate them like 3 times and you probably win. So something to be aware of. I may want to draft an Eldrazi for my sideboard to deal with stuff like this. But I don't need to do it yet. I'll probably just take Kozilek because I might actually have a real chance of casting him with my deck because I'm trying to go so late. A Johnny Mentor of Heroes. Obviously a good card in the green-white deck. Interesting here, the mono red taking Core Firewalker. It's probably just an acknowledgement of I have no chance of beating this card. So pretty smart, probably. Might even be able to cast it. He's got a Arid Mace and a Sacred Foundry. So, yeah, taking it away from the white players on either side seems reasonable. And then Thalia seems pretty good in the deck that is all creatures. So we know what's up now. He has no removal, but a lot of good threats, so probably just have to find the right couple of removal spells, and this looks like it's going to be a heavily creature-based deck. So it's my turn. Hooray. I like getting to choose cards. I'm coming back over here. And I talked about this a little in the last update, but I think I'm actually taking Mind Stone, which is probably seems weird on the behalf that I haven't talked about it at all. But I was just like reviewing cards off camera before, and this card, I've been talking about cards that I can't really replace, and like was why I took Koth so early, and Karn also. But like Mind Stone is great because so I'm playing this red-green deck that's hopefully pretty threat dense. But it's also good, or good red-black deck. Sorry, it's early on a Saturday morning. I'm not quite awake yet. So Mind Stone is the only ramp spell really that is in my colors and can replace itself. So I think that's really important. So if I get flooded later, I can cast this in to draw a card. And I don't really see, like, it's an artifact, so anyone can take this. And I don't know, I just think this is the pick. There's probably take a burn spell. My next one, probably the Burst Lightning or Flame Javelin. But for all these like red 4-drops, like who else is taking these? I don't think anybody's taking these cards. Like, you just like look at where these decks are going. I think I'm just gonna have, like this deck has an Inferno Titan, so there's a chance that like Stormbreath Dragon could go, but I think I can live without it. So I got 3 4-drops or 3 5-drops already. But maybe Ashcloud, Thunderbreak Regent are cards I should take in the near-ish future. But a lot of these cards, just like, particularly the black ones, are just like, no one's taking Olivia or Falcon Wrath or any of this stuff. But like Burst Lightning, Mortars, and Flame Javelin maybe should be my next 3 picks after this one. Just because the Kargan Dragon Lord, just because like there's yeah, so there's like I need to take the cards that there will be competition for. So Mind Stone's pretty unique. I think Burst Lightning, Mortars, Flame Javelin, the 2 red flyers, and then probably this Dragon Lord. I think that might be like the next like 6 or so cards I'm thinking of taking. It's possible Bonfire could go in the ramp deck. It might not even be that good in my deck though. I think I may wait on that. But yeah, I think I need to start focusing on like the red cards again. Like I think I've made my claim that I'm in black red, so I don't think anyone's gonna go into it. I think I can focus on red cards after this pick. But I'm gonna take Mind Stone right now, and I can worry about the red black, specifically red black mana rocks later. So here's a Mind Stone, and again probably thinking of a burn spell next, but we will see when my turn comes back around.